Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Demo Day for the Women of Startup Nation Accelerator, or WOSNA, as we like to call it. We are Bar, Ashrat, and Maya, the Women of Startup Nation Accelerator team.
We are very excited to have you here today to celebrate the capstone event of the 10 companies in the program and to join them in their journey. While this is the second batch of WOSNA, so much has changed in the world since we first launched last summer. COVID-19 has moved WOSNA online, forcing a different program where face-to-face interaction is replaced by little squares on video chat. But the incredible founders you'll hear from today made it work. They built meaningful relationships and invested in this community. These wonderful founders made this year a success beyond our expectations.
The companies in this batch, whose pitches you will hear today, were selected through a highly competitive application process and were chosen based on the strength of their teams, the promise of their visions, and the quality of their execution.
WOSNA 2020 would not be possible without our amazing partner, Google for Startups. While our program was held online this year, Google for Startups continued to be an incredible source of support and collaboration, offering top professional advisors, ongoing technical and logistical assistance, and true thought partnership. We are very happy to invite Sarit Amal, Google for Startups Program Coordinator, to the virtual stage.
Thank you, guys. It's an honor to be here on behalf of the Google for Startups team. Our mission is to support founders and tech communities and enable them to succeed across every corner of the world. We do this by running global and local programs in physical campuses and by supporting a network of partner organizations and communities. The campus, as I guess most of you know, is the physical place where all this magic happens. Unfortunately, the campus is currently closed, but our offering is now purely remote. So GFS is working, just not at campus for now. Last summer, we partnered with a wonderful WOSNA team for the first time, and it was a great success. This year, we are supporting virtually by offering access to our products, our connections, and our best practices. On behalf of the entire Google for Startups team, I'd like to invite all WOSNA startups, past, present, and future, to consider themselves to be a part of the Google for Startups family and reach out to us anytime. Good luck to this year's cohort, and we hope to see you all again soon.
Thank you, Sarit, and the entire team at Google for Startups. Some of you might be wondering, what even is Women of Startup Nation? Almost 4 years ago now, I founded a Facebook page which began as an initiative called Women of Startup Nation. The premise was to tell the stories of the incredible Israeli women in technology, some of whom you see right here. Sharing interviews of female role models can elevate the next generation that's considering this industry. Since then, Women of Startup Nation has expanded in scope and in the projects that we tackle, and has reached over 19,000 members. I want to say a huge thank you to Eden Adler, who's out there in the chat, who's a true superhero and partner in crime in growing Women of Startup Nation to be what it is today. Eventually, several ecosystem organizations, including accelerators, reached out to us to help them increase their female applicant pipelines. We heard a big need for more female founders, but we were also constantly interviewing female founders and hearing about their unique challenges and needs. This is when we knew that there was a need for an accelerator like this one, and that's where WOSNA was born. Started last summer by Ashrat, Jordan Windmuller, who still remains an incredible advisor and thought partner to the program, and myself, WOSNA's vision is to accelerate the success of Israeli female founders. Some of you might think that this sounds like a non-issue, a thing of the past, or maybe even a conversation that's getting enough attention. Unfortunately, the data tells a different story, with only 10% of founders in Israel being female, and that number remaining steady over the last 5 years. Women of Startup Nation and its accelerator will be successful when it is no longer needed. When we look back at today as a history when society was not operating at its full potential. So thank you to every woman of Startup Nation. Whether you're a technologist or a founder, you're an inspiration for the next generation and also for us. So many of these remarkable women have given their time back to the ecosystem and to this specific program. We asked them for their thoughts on female founders, and this is what they had to say.
We lack more talent, and women are 50% of the population that we miss. Second, women have great capabilities, diversity to bring to the table. On the other hand, I think that's great opportunity for the women themselves. It's a great profession to have. It's a great place to be in, especially during this digital transformation. You could do whatever you want and the sky is the limit. You just want to drive for it and get it done to be successful.
We need more women in the ecosystem so that we can stop being categorized by our gender and start being categorized based on our accomplishments and what we bring to the table.
You create your own destiny. The decisions that you make and the actions that you take will define where your company is in the future.
Having more female founders in the ecosystem is important to me because it's better for everyone. It's better for the women who get opportunities that they otherwise wouldn't have. It's better for their families, and it's better for our ecosystem to be as diverse as possible.
As an entrepreneur and someone that works a lot with entrepreneurs, I love the day-to-day challenge and the fact that you can create something new in this world.
We need more women in the ecosystem so everyone would stop being so much alike. It looks like all the startups are thinking and doing the same exact thing. Diversity is the basis for innovation.
Why do we want to have female founders? Because they want to, because they can, because they bring something new to the table, and because everybody is better off.
It's important to me because I think that what we do today will really affect my daughter and my daughter's daughter down the line, and we'll have more CEOs and more managers and more presidents. What we do now has a big effect on what will happen tomorrow.
My hopes is that one day we won't have to talk about women founders as a separate group because they will be just founders. Until we get there, it's very important that we do talk about it and remove all the obstacles on the way. Go women!
I think it's very clear how important it is these days to have women in decision-making positions. And in order to achieve that, we need more women to follow their dreams, to start new companies, to create new products, and to reach the highest positions. I'm very proud of every fearless founder who's pitching today, and I can't wait to see what you will accomplish.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Pitch time.
Each of the 10 companies will have 4 minutes. Feel free to write your questions for the companies in the chat, and the founders will respond to your questions when their pitch is done. At the end of the demo day, you will also have access to contact information for the companies. Now, let's start the pitches.
Hi, I'm Amit, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of PaperWise. PaperWise came from my personal pain. As a recruitment manager and HR business partner responsible for employees' retention, I would spend endless hours working with CFOs and HR partners, struggling to create budgets, reduce turnover, and increase hiring conversions. We were missing real-time data and updated benchmarks to support every decision we made. This led me to co-found PeopleWise with Jonathan, our CTO. I have served in HR leadership roles at top companies, and Jonathan is a security expert who has led world-class engineering teams. We have each spent over a decade in these roles, and we joined together to offer companies a new way to evaluate their most valuable assets. Did you know that the main driver for attrition in the US is compensation? Attrition costs are up to 200% of an employee's annual salary. This drives companies to spend billions on benchmarking data to make sure their offers are attractive and competitive. Think of the HR and CFO that you know. Today, they rely on outdated compensation benchmarks that are manually analyzed. They have limited insights into other levers, salary, equity, and more, which make up a full compensation package. With PeopleWise and its SaaS solution, they get a direct channel into real-time data, advanced analytics, and tailor-made insights. By integrating with HR systems, PeopleWise guarantees that the data is always updated and gives its customers the competitive edge to retain the best talents. COVID-19 and the game has changed. Some companies are experiencing hypergrowth while others are cutting back or closing. How does it affect the offering? Companies are seeking for insights and answers, and now data matters more than ever. Paperwise was founded during this pandemic and showed phenomenal momentum right from the start. Honeybooks, Funbooks, Simotive, and more than 100 other companies already joined Paperwise in order to know the true value of talents. As we plan to expand overseas, we need to scale up. We are looking for funding by great partners that share our passion and wish to join this journey to transform the way compensation and benefits are done. Thank you.
I love watching game streams. I can spend hours and hours doing that. And I always think to myself, what if gaming companies could actually hear all that feedback? They would be so much smarter with their production and their games. But what if they could access easily to all this gaming experience within few clicks and few seconds? Meet Meadow. We help gaming companies to improve their game and increase their fan base by analyzing the gamers' feedback and conversations. Gaming is one of the most active and popular discussions among the social communities. These discussions often contain valuable information that cannot be covered manually or translated effectively into action. The existing tools provide only partial solutions for multi-channel management or sentiment detection, but none of them provide accurate feedback about the gaming experience to gaming companies. We've seen this problem when speaking to many studios, from large ones like PUBG and Blizzard to smaller ones like Toya. They all have the same problem, and they actually prefer managing their records in Excel sheets while they collect them manually. This usually takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and causes slow turnaround. Our solution is gaming specialized, and the technology was developed to understand gaming jargon. Powered by AI, Meadow provides data-driven insights that fit the exact workflows and needs of the gaming studios. Companies are willing to pay thousands of dollars for analytical tools, and with 90% margin from subscriptions, we will sell for millions of dollars each year. We detect all game-related content and gamers' online activities from multiple channels in real time. We analyze the gamers' sentiment, activity trends, and interaction habits. With Meadow, gaming companies could learn, for example, what to include in their next level only by knowing what the gamers actually want to see. We also provide visibility on gamers' reactions on recent features, updates, but also their anticipation for future releases. With Meadow, studios improve the product, shorten their turnaround, save costs, and lift sales. We empower engagement abilities by showing and reflecting who are the most active community members, and we also detect the patterns of effective messaging. We also help gaming companies to respond at scale and increase the hype among the community. Our market is constantly growing year after year and is about to reach $200 billion within the next couple of years. In spite of the pandemic, the market is thriving, and there are a lot of new gamers now and new game releases. We are a team of tech enthusiasts who eat and sleep games, discuss business strategies during kills of Warzone, and could debate for hours about the future of in-game events. Shai is a gamer at heart and has over 14 years of management experience in startups. I have spent several years in gaming companies in various roles and managed teams, and with Meadow, my life would be so much easier. Our CDO is an expert in big data, NLP, and visualization. She is currently finalizing her previous commitments, and we are the right team to make this magic happen. We are looking for gaming companies to partner up with us, and we are raising our seed investment. Thank you.
Did you know a typical child owns 238 toys in total, but only plays with 12 favorites on a daily basis? Just 5% of their toys. This is how our story begins. As three young mothers, toys kept piling up in our tiny New York apartments. We spent top dollar on neglected toys, trying to figure out what is the right way to maximize their value. Our background in data science, information technology, and educational design gave us the tools to create Yaya, a personalized toy rental subscription, a way to give our kids everything by owning nothing. The problem doesn't need much introduction. We all know that kids grow so quickly and that most toys are only right for a short period of time. Finding the right toys that will boost your child's brain development requires time, money, and hours of research. And when you try finding room for all these toys or lose money by throwing out the ones that are no longer relevant, you'll quickly find yourself with a common, ongoing, unsustainable challenge. This is how Yaya's toy subscription works. Our customers take the quiz on our website, and we send them a unique toy box every month. Our toys are hand-selected by experts, and we're using an algorithm to incorporate the child's playing preferences and skill set. Toys arrive in top condition, and we work with an epidemiologist to take extra care of the sanitation process. That's when the playing begins. Children can play all month with their fresh set of toys and return at doorstep to get the next batch, or buy the ones they can't say goodbye to. We make it easy to access toys we all want our children to have. For $29 a month, Yaya's subscription will give you the best toys for every developmental stage. Our box includes a book and 5 to 7 high-quality, educational, Montessori-inspired toys with a retail value of over $200. Each toy has an educational impact, and each box is sent with a custom mini syllabus to ensure that playing time is the ideal combination between fun and challenge. We choose toys that are durable enough to last at least 8 rounds, seeing return on investment by the second round. We apply a smart inventory methodology and reduce wear and tear by leveraging our partnerships to buy missing toy pieces. We sell favorite toys and offer clearance promotions on end-of-cycle inventory. And for the concerned parents, we have toy insurance, an extra layer of protection in case playtime goes overboard. Timing is everything. Yaya is a combination of Rent the Runway and Stitch Fix for kids' toys, offering personalization at scale using a sophisticated algorithm to drive customer value. Joining the circular economy trend with a carefree rental service that shows the young generation how to cherish experiences over belongings. We're becoming a part of the emerging e-commerce subscription service, estimated at $15 billion this year, and biting into the $35 billion in direct toy sales across the US last year. What makes us unique is our ability to match toys using a personalization algorithm, making age just one of our box building factors. We use the same technology to apply smart inventory management for maximum efficiency. When you start swapping and stop shopping, you create a clutter-free home and reduce waste. It's a win-win situation. Save time, save money, save the planet. Yaya is a dream shelf of toys in a cloud that will make you rethink toy ownership.
Hi, my name is Maya, co-founder of Nexi. Just as every person in the room, I also do shopping. Now I have 2 options. I can either shop in store or I can shop online. We're used to hearing that e-commerce is crushing the brick and mortar industry, but reality is not quite there yet. E-commerce is the new kid in the block, all shiny, full of promises, but it still has some growing up to do before it reaches its full potential. How we know that? First, only 30% of durable goods are bought online. Second, more importantly, we see that the e-commerce shows only 2.5% of conversion rates, 10 times less than brick and mortar. That means even though they have some lovely websites, retailers are still figuring it out. And while they do so, they leave unsatisfied, unconverted customers behind them. Customers that expect more from their shopping experience. What is more, where's the personal touch of an expert seller that walks you through the process and helps you find the best product to match your needs? And that's what Nexi does. We bring the in-store user experience, visual and conversational, to the online shopping. So with our unique conversational AI,
We help retailers provide highly personalized and effective customer journey anytime, anywhere their customer is, meaning you can experience Nexi on every online channel, desktop, mobile, voice and chat, and in the future, also in stores. So let's take a look at what it looks like. Here, you will see a person that is looking for a laptop. As you can see, Nexi is the full experience, visual and conversational, just like in store. You talk with the AI seller, and you will see simultaneously the answers, results, products. You can browse, compare, ask, and refine, all as if you were in store, talking with the best seller you have ever met. What makes a seller so good? Well, we spend countless of hours in stores analyzing the experience, when and how to approach, what to ask, what answers to expect. And with all of these nuances, we've built a humanized AI seller that combines the seller instinct of understanding you with the real power of the internet, data. So we collect and analyze information and translate it into our own product profile. So we're able to understand products as well. By that, we can answer every technical question, but more importantly, we can answer every human need question, such as how comfortable it is. Is it as durable as the manufacturer declared? Is it good for beginners? And some more. Now, Nexi is an integral part of the bigger picture. In the huge market of the retail industry, we see other companies who share the mission of personalized conversational commerce, but in different verticals of the retail and very different technological needs, making Nexi an integral part of this bigger picture, but the only dedicated solution for retailers in the complex market of the durable goods. Now, in the past few months, we saw thousands of end customers trying out our playground, an open version of the system where we do our testing. And the results compared to benchmark were really great. We more than doubled the conversion rates, 90% conversational engagement, 3 times the session times, and some more. So with the help of these users, we were able to optimize the system. So we're certain we're providing a win-win product for retailers and their customers. This is us, the team behind Nexi. We have Gal, a seasoned entrepreneur who started programming at 14 and his first business at 17, and myself with vast business experience from biz dev, management, and budgeting. So join us in making shopping as easy as it was in the past, but with the technology of the future.
Hi, I'm Debbie, CEO and founder of Surge. We help doctors better treat their patients and reduce their medical errors by providing them with online medical education taught by the world's leading physicians. Medical errors are avoidable events that have a consequence on human lives and financial resources. Annually, this creates a global financial burden of $1 trillion. Preventable safety events now occur in 115 of every 1,000 hospitalizations. It is the 3rd leading cause of death in the US after heart disease and cancer. These errors account for 15% of hospital expenditures in the US and consist of misdiagnosis, medication or surgical errors, and care-related infections. Experts say that continued medical education, or CME, is the answer to reducing these errors. It is also a legal requirement for every practicing physician. Doctors must fulfill a certain number of CME points annually to maintain their license. CME was traditionally conducted in costly conferences requiring extensive travel, now impossible due to COVID-19. Travel is not the only obstacle. In the last 10 years, these conferences fell under significant scrutiny over ethical issues, and the actual learning outcome is debatable. It's time to improve how we train our healthcare professionals. Through its remote learning platform, Surge is teaching doctors around the world. We help them improve their skill set and confidence in novel procedures, manage complications, and effectively treat patients. We are firmly establishing ourselves within the reconstructive and plastic surgery vertical and will be expanding to other areas of medicine. Our platform is inspired by the learning journeys of masterclass.com and Coursera, but is tailored exclusive to medicine and provides highly practical skills. And Surge has secured partnerships with world-renowned physicians. Additionally, Surge provides live online training, meaning participants can share challenging cases with leading experts and receive real-time feedback, guidance, and support. Surge is 100% non-sponsored by the medical industry, meaning we are less exposed to potential ethical concerns, and our experts are free to share their non-biased experiences. Just 8 months since conception and 1 month post-launch, we have secured 11 expert instructors, created 32 courses, and acquired over 2,500 physicians globally who have engaged in our programs. 100% of participants surveyed are satisfied or more with the value for money of our programs, and the average rating of our courses is a remarkable 4.9 out of 5. Our founding team has over 40 years relevant experience, both from the corporate and medical side. Our digital marketing expert manages our rapidly growing community. We're investing in creating new courses, acquiring expert instructors, and expanding into a second field of medicine. Brand awareness is key, therefore we focus on partnerships with ambassadors and medical societies. At $130 billion, the market for CME is at a record high. Due to the impact of COVID-19, online medical education is one of the industries that is expected to rapidly rise. By 2022, we will acquire 50,000 users, offering an annual subscription fee, which will provide $22.5 million in revenue. Join us on our journey and help us improve the skills and confidence of healthcare providers and reduce the incidence of medical errors. Thank you.
Thank you for an excellent first 5 pitches. Before we move on to our final 5 companies, we want to take a quick break to say thank you to the people who made all of this possible. First of all, to our speakers. We were so lucky to have the support of incredible speakers who come from all parts of the startup ecosystem. Everyone you see on this outstanding list came in to lead a session on their area of expertise and passion, with most participating this year for the second time. Thank you for everything you've given to WOSNA.
We are also fortunate to have a team of all-star female mentors. One of the pillars of WOSNA is matching each startup with a mentor based on their needs and goals. These mentors become part of the startup's journey during and after the program and devote significant time to the success of their startup. Already in the 6 weeks of the program, many mentors and companies have established meaningful relationships. We are extremely proud to have these impressive and generous women as WOSNA mentors. Amy Fisher, Gala Aron, Liati Sona, Maya Gura, Miriam Schwab, Nitan Cohen-Arazi, Shiran Yaroslavsky, Shunit Lak-Swissa, Tali Vogelstein, Tammy Bronner, and Yael Elroy. Thank you for being our dream team.
Another hugely important part of WOSNA was one-on-one sessions with experts in different functions and industries. These wonderful people were willing to share their time and experiences with the cohort. This was, without a doubt, one of the highlights of the program. The length of this list is a testament to the strength of Israel's startup ecosystem and its desire to give back. Thank you so much to our contacts and to everyone who held office hours. We really don't have the words to express how important your work is.
And finally, we cannot say enough thank you to Google for Startups. Orit Shilo, Sarita Mar, Noam Feinstein, Marta Moses, Ariel Roundstein, and Inbal Perlman have been incredible partners at Google for Startups. Yossi Matias, who welcomed the founders, Neil Goldstein and Danielle Marone, who have made this video possible. This demo day could not have happened without all of you.
And now, without further ado, let's get back to the pitches.
Hello everyone, my name is Yael. My background is in impact-driven entrepreneurship and I have a master's from Harvard. I'm working with Yarden, who's a product manager and full-stack developer with a master's in cognitive psychology and neuroscience. When I was 16 years old, I went out on a run and suddenly felt a sharp pain in my back. What seemed innocent at the time turned into 15 years of chronic back pain, resulting in 2 spinal surgeries, multiple doctors, and multiple treatments. The worst of it came about 3 years ago when I spent a full year completely debilitated by the pain and without good reasons for why. Now, chronic pain is far from just my problem. It affects 1 in 5 people around the world. It's more financially burdensome than heart disease and cancer put together, and it's a primary contributor to the opioid crisis. So, when I couldn't figure out answers to my own pain, I started doing research, and I discovered that according to the most cutting edge pain neuroscience research, we can retrain our brain to decrease our pain through behavior change, meaning changing how we think and act around pain. The most evidence based treatment helping us change our behaviors is called CBT. A CBT protocol for pain has been developed, and 3 decades of clinical research have proven its efficacy. And as a result, it's today recommended by all the major health organizations as a critical component of frontline chronic pain treatment. So I tried. I started working with a CBT pain therapist, and within a few months of treatment, my pain decreased by about 80%, and I got my life back. So this is me on my first run after a year in which I hadn't even been able to sit or to work. Now, for me, this was transformative, but then I asked myself, how did it take me 15 years to figure this out? I started doing research and discovered that there are significant accessibility, affordability, and stigma barriers to treatment. And in answer to this, we're developing PainPal, which is a tele-behavioral health platform that enables people to understand their pain and take control of it, with the goal of changing the paradigm on how chronic pain is treated. What we aim to do is to make CBT pain therapists available anytime, anywhere, from your cell phone through video and text, using a product that's designed to answer the unique challenges and needs of pain users by augmenting the teletherapy with a behavior change program that includes pain education, gamified tools, and AI-driven insights. Our goal is not only to make a proven treatment accessible, but also to improve it beyond what exists today and create a new standard for behavioral pain treatment. So how we make money? Chronic pain is a huge pain point, not just for people in pain, but also for employers and insurance companies. It is a top 3 health cost driver in the US workforce and the leading reason for workforce absence. We're therefore focusing on a B2B2C model, partnering with US employers to save them significant costs. Our next milestone is to complete a proof of concept in the US by the first quarter of 2021 so that we can reach a beta launch with an MVP product by the second half of the year. To this end, we're currently recruiting a US-based clinical team and advisory board and raising the funding needed. As part of this, we've raised a grant from the Israeli Innovation Authority, we've won the Mass Challenge semifinals in a MedTech bootcamp, and we're taking part in a health tech mentoring program in Massachusetts. We're looking to accelerate this process to meet a radical shift that we've been witnessing around telehealth since COVID has begun, and patients who need us more than ever. Now is the time for a solution that provides virtual treatment and behavioral support from home and that empowers our users with a tool in their pocket that enables them to take charge of their pain and their health. Thank you very much for your time. We would love any questions or feedback so that we can succeed in changing the story of people in pain.
Hi, my name is Michal Niv, and along with my partner Ilan Ziv, I've co-founded U-Turn. U-Turn aims to solve the mounting problem of online returns in an efficient and sustainable approach. 30 to 50% of items that are bought online are returned. That's over 1 million returning parcels on a daily basis. Returns are expected to cost retailers $550 billion in 2020. COVID-19 accelerated online sales by 200 to 300%, resulting in an increase in return rates. And it's needless to say that one of the most polluting byproducts of e-commerce are returns. Return shipping, inbound and sorting, quality assurance, and warehouse allocations are just some of the costly procedures that the return items undergo. By the time the return items are up for resale, the season is already over and the items are just out of cycle. Having come from the retail and e-commerce industries, we've asked ourselves, why should an item cross regions and continents, go through expensive reverse logistics processes, and leave a trail of carbon emission when the next happy customer could be just around the corner? Why not make a U-turn? U-Turn utilizes the time between customer's return request and the time the parcel is dropped at the courier to resell it. So how do we do it? Well, once a return request is issued, all items information is automatically sent to U-Turn's virtual warehouse. From the virtual warehouse, the item is uploaded at a mild discount to various markets. Once the item is resold during this reselling window, the return destination is simply rerouted onto the next customer. Hence, bypassing the reverse logistics funnel as we know it. Just like Airbnb and Uber, U-Turn does not hold any physical inventory. Rather, we leverage on the fact that the returning customer is already doing all necessary actions needed to pack and ship out. Instead of selling return items at 60 to 90% discount, with U-Turn, these items will be resold at mild discounts as new from returns, doubling the effective selling price for the retailer. This premium already includes U-Turn's 8 to 14% commission. When we quantify the opportunity, we see that not only do we solve a huge problem for retailers and a vast problem for the environment, we also tap into a billion-dollar market. Bottom line, retailers get a higher price per return item and dramatically cut on their logistics and shipping costs. The returning customer and retailer get a seamless return process. And most importantly, U-Turn can transform one of the most polluting byproducts of e-commerce to a sustainable profit channel. Both Ilan and myself have years of experience in the retail and e-commerce industries. We've launched and managed all aspects of e-commerce for large retailers, back-end and front-end, and we have worked as retech and e-commerce consultants. We know firsthand the pain of online returns and the complexity of introducing the market with a new revolutionary solution. Currently, we are developing our MVP. We are speaking with US retailers as potential launch partners and are eager to find our first financing partner. If you're a retailer or an investor interested in changing the future of returns, then just talk to us.
Video leads your brand. In 2020, video is an essential part of any marketing strategy. It's the most efficient tool to engage with your audience and get your message across. These days, the most widely made video types are webinars, how-to tutorials, and explainer videos. What's common to all of them? Right, a lot of informative verbal content. So the average business publishes almost 20 videos each month, an impossible number for small and medium businesses to compete with. They don't have the right resources to afford to create more than 5 monthly videos because video editing is still so expensive and takes so much time. If you pay a professional video editor, it will cost you at least $350 per video. And if you try to learn one of the professional softwares, it might take you up to 6 days to edit a video yourself. I know what you're thinking. So let's take a look at this video, for example. An unedited video looks like this. Me, sitting in front of the camera, talking. But 85% of videos on Facebook are played with sound off.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, I think you got it. That's why you need to add a great look to your verbal content videos so it will be branded, attractive, dynamic, and interesting. Remember, video leads your brand. So 82% of small and medium businesses are forced to use low-cost online platforms, but they are made for short marketing videos that are based on ready-made templates and lots of footage. But here's the problem. They don't know how to handle with deep verbal content with a lot of spoken information. That's why we created Peech, a new way of video editing. Actually, the way it should be, automatic, fast, and cheap. And it's all based on the verbal content. Unlike our competitors, Peech focuses on content as king and lets that lead the editing style, along with the brand too. Peech's algorithm analyzes the video's audio content and then does 4 actions at the same time. First, it improves the video and the audio of the raw footage. Secondly, it edits the content so it will fit the right social media platform. Then it adds all the relevant branding elements like a logo, an intro, an outro, music, closed captions, and more. And lastly, it highlights the most important words and sentences and adds graphic elements like graphic titles, animated icons, and visuals. Although the process is automatic, you can tweak the edited video with one click. That will allow you to teach the machine your preferences and style for next time. The whole process takes minutes and is at a very low price. My name is Danielle Daphne, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Peech. After over 10 years as a professional video editor and knowing this industry deeply, I met Jonathan. Jonathan is a cloud and online video expert, and after a decade as a system architect in Kaltura, he became Peech's CTO. With our combined knowledge of video editing, video streaming, and cloud, we are creating a fully automated video editing tool. We are going to launch in September, having already gained a vast amount of interest from potential customers, and these days we are looking to expand Peech's team and raise seed funds. If you want to learn more, feel free to contact us via email. Nice to meet you. We are Peech.
Hi everyone, Nirit from Poloris here. A wise and a very wealthy man once said, quality content is king, but we're asking, what about the user experience? Social media has created a reality of data overload for the users, but it also created other changes, cultural changes, in the way we think, in the way we talk, but mostly in the way we communicate and consume content. It seems as time passes, we need few words and more visuals. Or in other words, we live in a world of stories. Well, stories are great, they are, keeping over 1 billion daily users engaged and active. But what about non-social media websites? What about e-commerce websites, publisher websites? How can they leverage the benefits of stories outside of social media? How can they strengthen their own digital assets? How could they face Facebook? We call it Poloris, automatically generated personalized stories. This is how the internet looks like today. The New York Times mobile website looks the same for you and me, one long scroll down the road. But with a touch of magic, the Poloris magic, this is what happens. Our machine learning algorithm quickly learns the data of the websites, the images, the videos, the text, and well, make a story out of it. But it's more than just a story. It's a personalized experience. Each story is tailor-made for the end user. It can be in the content level, but also the design. In our vision, Poloris is the bridge between content and technology. And for the users, it's the best mobile user experience outside of social media. The benefits are obvious. Personalized experience results in an engaging experience. With our stories, well actually, the website stories, users get the content they really want, faster, easier, and just the way they like it. And websites enjoy an increase in conversion and a digital sale, an overall improvement of the website metrics, and all with a simple low-cost implementation process. We are currently serving over 60 million monthly users for our worldwide clients and keep on growing. We are a SaaS company, basing our pricing model on the page views of the websites, and we are now focusing on embedding Poloris on various marketplaces, creating a full self-service onboarding systems. But none of this would have happened without the core of Poloris, the three founders, Amir, our CEO, the engine behind the business, an entrepreneur since the age of 16, driving us full steam ahead. Arik, our CTO, holds over 15 years of hands-on experience, and some days, honest to God, I'm certain that the keyboard is actually glued to its fingertips. And yours truly, an innovation-savvy social media marketer, a data mining specialist, and your host for the past 3 or so minutes. And like every good entrepreneur, I do have an ask for you. We are currently in the search for strategic partnerships on investor side and client side. And if you know either it could be relevant for, we'd be more than happy if you could connect us to them. Well, that's our story. When will yours begin?
I think what's incredible about the Women of Startup Nation Accelerator is the amazing community of women, not only, but a lot of women who are inspiring and strong and sharing openly and pushing each other.
It's really rare meeting such an inspiring team, both on a professional and personal level. Thank you, ladies, for building such a thoughtful program that really helped taking us to the next level.
It was a blast for us. We've met so many great people, all professionals. We've learned a lot, and your dedication was beyond expected, really all the way long.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It's been an amazing journey, meeting incredible women and inspiring men, meeting companies, meeting people, meeting you.
Hey WOSNA ladies, it was a great journey, all thanks to your big hearts and dedication. I can't wait for a non-Zoom coffee meeting.
Really came with high expectation, it exceeded everything we could hope so. So really thank you for the time and energy you put in it.
This has been an incredible experience. I'm learning so much on this journey. It's helped me not only in my company, but also me as a person, and I'll never forget it.
You guys are true professionals, always there to give a hand and just to make things happen. You're the perfect example of empowered women, empowering women. Thank you for making us go from strong to unstoppable.
I'm so proud of being part of this wonderful group of founders that you gathered for the program, and just thank you for everything you've done for us.
Thank you for inspiring time, empowering experience, and for being such an amazing group of 3 women. It has been a pleasure to be in this accelerator.
Thank you for the process, for the opportunity. It was amazing and we learned a lot.
Bar, Oshrat, Maya, from all of us, women of Startup Nation and men, batch number 2, thank you so much.
Thank you to the founders for your superb pitches. It was a pleasure to spend the past 6 weeks with you and get to know more about you and your companies. Welcome to the WOSNA alumni community.
For those in the audience who want to learn more about any or all of the companies you heard today, we invite you to press the link published on the final slide at the end of Demo Day to see the company descriptions and contact information.
We thank you for coming today and supporting WOSNA, and we look forward to seeing you at future events. Okay, is everyone ready now? 3,
2,
1.
Thank you.